Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is your girl, MC Melissa. Today, we are going to talk about Loyalty Rewards Monday and 52 weeks in. Welcome to my journey. Welcome back, old viewers. Welcome, new viewers. Anyone has any questions today? What I've done, if you're not yet a member, I've included a Telegram link down below to my guest group. If you have any questions, reach out, direct DM me. What I'll do is I'll invite you to my community's business overview. It's basic. We will get all of your questions answered. It'll give us a chance to meet and go from there. Also, hit that like button. Comment down below where you're tuning in from in the world. It's such a pleasure finding out where my global viewers tune in from. And also hit that bell icon for the next video. You'll be notified. Today, we will talk about the 52 weeks in and 51 weeks of compounding. In addition to, I'm going to introduce you to Nicholas Leonarda. One of the reasons why I've joined a Validus to learn from someone that 5X's his trades every 6 weeks. Also FTMO certified, university adult prof, and therefore he's equipped to build the program to adult way of learning. So many holistic type of learning as well. And what I'll do is I'll show you the Loyalty Rewards Monday today, in addition to the compounding. And we'll go back to the very beginning to now. So congratulations, a full year in. Thank you for journeying with me this full time. And it's such a pleasure. So if you have any questions, let me know. We're still earning 2 to 3% weekly. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Here is the dashboard of one of my accounts. This is the one I talk to people about, invite others on. And for example, here with the dashboard, the total V-wards of compounding over the entire year, or not the entire year, but 51 full weeks, because we have to activate a package and go through a full Monday to a full Monday in order to start receiving the 2 to 3%. What we have here is the V-wards. Obviously, I've made a few withdrawals to make a few withdrawals, but here it is from here. So if I didn't withdraw, I'd be earning a lot more compounding weekly. Just to talk a little bit about this, we'll hop into the V-wards. And as we'll see right here, we'll go back to the very beginning when I started in June of last year, 52 weeks in. And here we are, the very first payment on June the 20th. I joined on the 12th. And right here is the collected at between 2 to 5% at 2.4%. First week, I did not receive compounding due to the fact that I didn't have anything in my V-wards wallet. You have to maintain funds or points in your V-ward wallet in order to collect your compounding, which is the 7th wonder of the world. So as you see here, then following week, between 2 to 3%. Moving forward, I'm not going to bore you. However, the compounding reward the very first week, and as you can see, consecutively, it keeps on adding up the compounding reward. And that's for maintaining my funds in the wallet, in addition to being given loyalty reward points every single Monday, as we see here between the compounding. And so on and so forth, all the way to today's present date on Monday. And here we are with the compounding reward. I have activated midway through an additional package. So I have 2 packages going at 2 to 3% weekly, in addition to collecting the compounding on that. So that's growing faster and faster. So every single week, we're averaging about 2.5%. in addition to the 2.3%, the compounding, which is not bad for learning how to trade, which is we access our account through the portal here in the vMastery in this part of the menu. And this is what Nicholas is going to get into in a little bit more depth when we meet for Wednesdays, as well as the 3 additional classes that occur throughout the week. And we go from the basic V50, which is the lowest package, which is basically learning about candlesticks and so on. And we go past the introduction stage, which is the first 3, into the advanced stage, which is where I am right now, slowly and taking in the information. No rush to trade. However, eventually I will be ready once I get very, very accustomed to the different institutional methods that I am learning throughout time, taking that in and taking the notes, and also charting without emotion and just charting and going in from there. Eventually, I will trade up into a larger package, which is the expert package, which is the additional weekly trade calls in addition. So here we have the access to the smart money concept calls here at the V1000, V3000, the access to the session open calls, which is London Open, and the weekly trade calls, the recap calls that occur on Saturday. So without further ado, here's the lead educator, Nicholas Leonarda.
So welcome to today's call. My name is Nicholas Leonida. I am the vMastery lead educator, and I specifically look after our Forex course, and I will have an oversight into all the other courses that we are working on, just to make sure that we quality control everything that comes through the vMastery doors, to make sure that the level of education that you are getting is substantial, is amazing, is interesting, is intuitive, and at the end of the day can actually help you to make a difference in your life. If you aren't getting audio, I think everybody else can hear me. Try and leave and rejoin. Sometimes there might be an issue on your side, but everybody can hear me. Thumbs up if you can. Yeah, cool, lovely, fantastic, cool. Yeah, so if there's any issues, just leave and rejoin. You can join freely. So there's a few people not getting audio. There's a couple of people not getting audio. Yeah, so just rejoin. I'm just going to make sure that our that we have. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. Everybody should be able to hear. Okay. So just before I get started, we've got a quick question. Where do we store recordings, and can we access previous recordings? Yes, you can. We are going through an update process at the moment where we're changing everything to be from our current community, which is on a Discord server, to move over to our website. And that is all planned to be completed, in fact, in about just under 10 days. So in around 10 days, we should have the ability for you all to watch these sessions live from your vMastery portal. So you don't have to log on to a Zoom call anymore. You can just log on to Validus, click vMastery, and there'll be a live section there. Also, you will be able to access the recordings from there. And you will be able to, there's lots of other stuff which I'll go on into in a minute. Currently, all the recordings are stored on our Discord, and we will still have the Discord, Tash, we will still have the Discord for a period of time to transition away from the community on Discord and onto our website, but that won't be yet. So all our community will still be on the Discord, okay? If anybody is trying to get French translation, all you need to do is click on interpretation and then click on French, and you should be able to get it there. Okay, so as I said, my name is Nicholas Leonida, and today what we'll do, as always, is we're going to go over vMastery, what our aims are, how we're going to achieve our aims. We're going to do some Forex education as well. We've got a very, very interesting session lined up today for the Forex education. So we're not necessarily going to go into technicals, but we're going to look at the limited data that standard traders see, essentially. So anybody who doesn't really work for a bank, a hedge fund, an investment bank, whatever it may be, a proprietary trading firm, we do get quite limited data, and we're going to go over that. I'm going to introduce to you all some tools that we are currently creating lessons on within the vMastery Forex course, so that you can see how you can potentially take something that you're possibly quite good at already and get even better at it. Maybe you're somebody who is playing that break-even game, which essentially means you win, you lose, you win, you lose, but you're sort of roughly the same money-wise at the end of every month. This will really help you to get onto the next level. And all of our V1000 and up members, if you attended the call on Monday, you would have gained quite an in-depth insight into this program that I'm going to talk about today. So anyway, let's get on with it. I don't think we have the Spanish translation, unfortunately. I believe our translator for Spanish is not here. I'm just checking. Let me just message him. Maybe they got their times mixed up. I think they're in Latin America, so perhaps they got the times mixed up. That's fine. We'll get it sorted for next week anyway. So we will, as I said, we're going to talk about these topics here. But before we get into that, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself. So I'm a fully qualified teacher in the UK. I don't work there anymore, of course, but I worked at 2 different colleges in London for around 5 years. And these colleges were not colleges for sort of 17, 18-year-olds. They were colleges for adults who were looking to progress their career, and their employer put them into an apprenticeship. Apprenticeships sound like they're for people that are starting out in their career, 18, 19, 20-year-olds. But in fact, in the UK, apprenticeships are very, very big business. Actually, obviously, education is business at the end of the day, but they're very, very big business, and it's designed to upskill the workforce, to get people in a job to become better at that job and learn new skills. So you can be a very high level manager and still undergo an apprenticeship in something to do with your job to progress to a higher level. And my job was to teach these people. I had to teach anything from English to maths, which was a necessity. You had to have GCSE grade A to C in English and maths to pass an apprenticeship. Now you can imagine people who might have finished education 30, 40 years ago. They're not going to know where their certificates are for their maths and English GCSEs. So they would have to resit those exams. So I would teach them that as part of their apprenticeship. I would also teach accounting, finance, operations management, digital marketing. What was the other one? Business analysis. That was a very big one. And I would also teach teachers how to be teachers. So there was lots of different courses that I taught, mixture between face-to-face in class, and then when COVID came, it was obviously we went on to Zoom. And as part of my job, it was not just to teach, but it was also to help the other teachers to create exciting content for their lessons. So, of course, what you may not understand is within education, when you are younger, when you're in school, you think, oh my God, this is all boring, et cetera, et cetera. But the teachers have to do a lot of work in the background to plan every single lesson that you are taught, to essentially make sure they cover the curriculum, what it is that the government wants you to learn. So my job was to help other teachers plan this content, make it exciting, and it was also to sit in their lessons to essentially make sure that when they're teaching these lessons, that the students are actually learning, that they're not sitting there bored out of their brains, falling asleep, playing on their phones, that they're engaged with what's going on. So that was part of my job, and it was to help these other teachers, to train them, to give them, guidance, to mentor them to become better at what they're doing. On the side, I also opened up a restaurant, shisha lounge with my brother in the UK, and decided if that wasn't enough, that I wanted to learn to trade Forex as well. And the reason I wanted to learn to trade Forex was because the career path that I was in teaching, and before that I was at university doing accounting and finance, they were jobs that, they were good jobs, they were well-regarded jobs within, society, they were comfortable jobs, they would pay you a good salary, but it wasn't really what I wanted. I wanted to have a flexible job where I could work whenever. And one thing I want everybody to understand from the beginning is, just because you may be somebody who is a Forex trader, or you may be somebody who perhaps builds a network with Validus, or you have whatever other business you have, being an entrepreneur or being financially free doesn't mean you work less than if you had a 9 to 5. You need to understand that from the beginning. You actually probably work harder, but you're working harder for something that's going to directly impact you. You're working harder for a passion of yours, and something that can really change your life. So you do work harder than you would do in a 9 to 5. So make sure you understand this from the start. However, it can really change your life. Entrepreneurship, Forex, network marketing, whatever it may be that you decide you want to do. And this is why I went into Forex trading. I've been trading for basically 5 years nearly. Around the same time, I actually joined, started becoming a teacher, because I had a little bit more free time as a teacher. My weekends were free, and then COVID came, and that allowed me to spend even more time because I never had my restaurant to go to. So yeah, that's me. That's who I am. Every week I try and change it in the sense of the way that I say it, but it's the same every week. But that's me. That's who I am. Now let's go on to vMastery and the history of vMastery. Well, I actually joined Validus back in May 2022. Just like one of you yourselves, in fact. I bought a membership pack for the majority for the V-wards that I was going to be getting, and to, build a small network. I'm not a networker, so it was, starting off small, etc. And I'm still not a networker, by the way. I am obviously an educator, the lead educator, so I stay away from networking, although I do help anybody who asks me to come onto calls, ask me to attend events. I will be there to shout fight the corner for vMastery. We officially launched vMastery in August 2022. When I joined, we revamped the whole curriculum offering to make sure that everybody learned from 0 up to 100, step by step, without any steps missing. And that's when we obviously launched our new and our latest Forex education course. And this is still developing. Every week or so there's a new lesson. And we're currently actually working on psychology, which is a huge part within trading. We offer our education in 6 different languages. Now, on the vMastery portal, currently you will see 3, French and Spanish. We did have more previously on our old portal. We're currently in the process of, in fact, translating the slides, so my slides, so that we can re-upload them in that language with a dubbed version of the lesson. Okay, so we're working on Vietnamese currently, Thai. What else are we working on? Vietnamese, Thai, Arabic, Portuguese, Dutch, and many, many different languages, modern or Mandarin, Malay. So many different languages are going to be coming onto the platform. But instead of just uploading them with English sort of PowerPoints and English material and having the voiceover, we are now in the process of just translating everything. Okay, so there will be even more languages. And of course, in my opinion, we have developed an industry-leading Forex course that has been planned, created, and delivered by a qualified teacher. So if anybody here is, everybody joins Validus for different things. Yeah, and this is the beauty of Validus. Some people join to get their rewards, for the loyalty scheme. Some people join to learn on the vMastery platform. Some people join because they are networkers and they want to network. Now, if you are a networker, I really, really believe that a unique selling point within this field is that the courses, if they're not made by me, who is a qualified teacher, they are overseen and ensured that they are, my specialty is not wealth management. It's not blockchain. However, I can ensure that that course is written and created and delivered in a way that you have the best chance of understanding it. And I think this is quite unique within the online education world. So that's where we were. Where are we now? Well, firstly, we've obviously rebranded. You've got the new vMastery logo. You've got our new color scheme, which I think looks amazing, really eye-catching and engaging. We've got our new website, which again is, if you were a member of Validus, if you've been a member for more than 3 or 4 months, the old system, although worked very well, was not as nice to look at. And was not as feature rich. Now, currently, you see, the online lessons, but there's a lot to come that this new platform, is able to deliver. So it's, a beautiful looking platform. It works very well, and there's a lot of things that are coming, which I'm going to get into in a minute. So our vision for vMastery, well, number one, we believe knowledge is power. We want to empower individuals through impactful and life-changing knowledge. So each course that we offer and that we will be offering are courses that can really help you to excel in your field that you decide to go down, whether it's wealth management, whether it's Forex trading, whether it's blockchain development, whether it's leadership or general business development. These are things that can really have an impact within your life. And of course, we want to create a platform that is as beautiful in form, so it looks beautiful, but also works equally as well. Okay, and we want to create an ecosystem that provides our members with the perfect environment to learn and grow using world-class educational strategies and tools. Essentially, what that means is the platform that we have now, as I said, has a lot of functions that can be added to it. Our community is currently separated on the Discord server. That will be coming in-house so that we can have all the proper branding on there. We are working on an app as well. I know everybody is wondering, are we working on an app? The tech team are working on an app, but everything comes in stages. So we will have a vMastery app when that's ready to be released. And of course, we want to be the world's best educational platform. We want to be, the go-to platform for individuals who want to grow on a personal and professional level. I believe you heard Mansour had a meeting with a company who are going to also create a health course for us. So there is a lot of things coming to the vMastery platform, not just business orientated, but self-development as well. Okay, because of course you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't know how to look after yourself, there's not much point in having it. So there will be new courses to add to this as well, and I suspect we are working on the new sort of offering that we have. But currently we offer Forex, and we are working on our business development, leadership, blockchain, and wealth management courses. And these will be launching, before the year end. We will have these courses ready to go. And of course, with Forex, you can make a lot of money. And as I said in the start, do understand that whatever it is that you decide to do, it never comes easy. Forex is not easy. Developing a business is not easy. Being a leader, unless it's very natural to you, is not easy. Blockchain is very technical and not easy. And wealth management also is, something that hardly anybody knows about in the world. Everybody knows what to do with their money when they get it, and that is to spend it and possibly save a small portion. But how many people in the world, percentage-wise, actually have ever spoken to a wealth manager? Yeah. A wealth manager doesn't mean you need to have millions of pounds or dollars to access these people. You can put whatever sum it is into, a wealth management company, and they can look after that for you and grow it. Of course, some companies will have minimum. However, hardly anybody does. Most people in the world, they live paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. And it's difficult to get out of that, if I'm honest with you. It's not easy because, of course, you're paid a salary and you tend to spend up to that salary because we all see these things that we want, that, we want to go out and enjoy ourselves. We work hard. You want to enjoy your life. So you believe that, you deserve to have this. And of course you do. However, that unfortunately means that if you're spending as much as you're earning, you're never able to get away from that paycheck to paycheck environment. And again, I'm not a a matrixy person and things like that, but that is how the world works. The majority of people need to work normal jobs for the world economy to function. Anybody, and I know there's lots of people here from the UK. When we left the EU, there was huge shortages for lots and lots of different things. There was fruit and vegetable shortages on the shelves in the supermarkets. There was shortages of petrol and diesel, of fuel at the petrol stations. And this was all because the people that were doing these jobs were now no longer in the country doing this job. And the economy needs all of this to function. So, there's only a certain amount of people that can escape that world. And hopefully, the people on this call have that drive to escape it. We've got our Forex course, which is what I deliver. And we've got 2 other educators who do the French and the Spanish ones. Now, that's obviously going to help you to understand the Forex market. And at the end of the day, is there to help you to achieve, escape the 9 to 5. Now, my aim, and I've said this many times, my aim is not to make everybody on this call a millionaire. That's up to you if that's what you want to achieve. My aim is to teach you a skill that, as long as you apply yourself and you listen and you engage with me as well, because I get back to every single student, I get back to. My job is to help you to escape your 9 to 5. Okay. The rest is up to you, up to you. You can take that skill and you can grow it, and you can grow your capital, and you can become a millionaire from Forex trading. It's not going to happen overnight, of course, but my aim is to allow you to, to gain the knowledge that you need to be able to replace your 9 to 5 salary. In the UK, the average salary is about £26,000 a year, which is about 1,600, 1,700, so 1,600, 1,700 pounds a month after tax. So my job is to help you to escape that. Okay. So if you can achieve that amount of money for maybe 3 to 6 months in a row, let's say 6 months, then you are able to, leave that job. I would always advise having 12 months worth of outgoings saved, okay? Because you don't want to leave a job and then realize, oh my God, this is my only income. Then other stresses come into it, okay? And these other stresses in the Forex market can destroy you. So you need to have an income, a level of savings that will allow you to cover all your outgoings. And I'm not just talking about your rent, your mortgage, your bills. I'm talking about your food as well, so you can live for that year, so that you have no necessarily any stress from that. Cool. So Forex will teach you that. Now, if you are somebody who wants to network within Validus, we've got our leadership and business development courses. This will give you all the, knowledge you need to be able to develop on that front. It's obviously not just designed for Validus. Leadership is leadership. Business development is business development anywhere in the world. If you have an idea that you want to develop something, business development course will help you, will give you all the guidance you need. Now, blockchain is by far not my specialty. However, what we must understand is crypto and blockchain are two different things. Okay? Crypto are let's say the assets that you are purchasing. Blockchain is I say assets, it could be liability as well at the moment. Who knows? Depends where you bought. But anyway, blockchain is the technology behind crypto. Blockchain is going to be huge. It's the future of finance. The Prime Minister in the UK a few months ago now hired 20 experts within blockchain, within that field, to develop the technology in the UK and in fact develop a digital pound. So it is the future of the financial industry. Whether you like crypto or not, it doesn't matter. But the technology around blockchain is amazing. And we'll have an expert within that field to deliver that. And wealth management, in my opinion, is the cherry on top. We teach you how to make money through Forex, through business development, leadership, and blockchain. And now you need to make that money make money for you. Okay, you need to know what to do with that money. As I said, people struggle to escape a 9-to-5, paycheck to paycheck, because they are taught to get that money, to buy or rent a house, and then of course not taught within education, but within Instagram, within Facebook, Twitter, whatever social media, within the newspapers, all you see is people living lavish lives, and of course everybody wants, not everybody, but most of the people want to be able to do these things, so they go and obviously spend their money to do these things. But wealth management can really, really help you to make that money, make more money, so that you really become wealthy. Okay, so it's a great, great course that's coming. Mumtaz, I'll just answer that question. Actually, do you provide step-by-step live Forex trading? We do. So I do 4 calls a week. We've got the global call, which is on a Wednesday, which is this one. On Monday, I do a live call. It's called Smart Money Concept Call. Every week, we go over different topics within the Forex world. Okay, so that's a live training. On Thursday, so tomorrow at 7:15 a.m. UK time, we do live trading. Okay, so we look to take a trade live. Last week, there was no trade for us to take. The week before, we got a trade, we entered it, and we won. Obviously, we're not going to win every trade. Some weeks there's no trades. Some weeks there is. It's just how it is. But that's a live trading call. And on Saturday, I do another live Zoom at 11:30 a.m. UK time. And this is a trade recap call. And this is where you can, I basically go over all my trades for the week, show you the winners, show you the losers, see if I did anything wrong. Of course, I still make mistakes, And also we look if we have time to see what's going on in the week ahead. Okay. Won a trade. So when you're in a trade, you can either lose it or win it. If you win it, it means you make money. If you lose it, it means you lose money. And all the previous recordings are on the Discord. I'll put the link in this chat shortly so that you can join the Discord. As I said, in the next few months, the Discord will migrate over to our platform. Okay. And everybody who is a member of Validus, so the calls are for different people. So V1000 and up, you get access to the weekly smart money concept call, which is on the Monday, and this call. If you have V3000 and up, you get access to the weekly smart money concept call and the live trading call, the London session open call on Thursday, and this call. If you have V5000 and V10,000, you get access to all the calls. Okay. So let's move on. Now I'll quickly breeze through this before we so we can jump onto the charts, because it's, like I said, there's some very interesting things that you're going to look at today. Now, how are we going to achieve what we've said we're going to achieve? You know, everybody says they want to be the best education platform in the world, but they don't have it backed up. You know, they have the why, but you need to have a plan of action. How are you going to get there? So we've broken it down into two things: systems and courses. Okay, systems and courses. Systems are obviously so important because if you have a great course but a terrible system, nobody's going to want to access that course. Okay. However, on the flip side, if you have great systems and terrible courses, then it doesn't matter. Nobody's going to want to access those courses. So we believe they go hand in hand. We are working actually very, very hard in the background to make sure that we have a robust system and it's technologically advanced, like what we're implementing now and coming, so that our members basically have the easiest and most intuitive system to use with the most features, necessary features to make your journey easier, simpler, and more enjoyable. Of course, like I said, and I've said this always, we are not a YouTube course, okay? We're not a YouTube course. What does this mean? It means we don't just give you videos, okay? And this is really important. As a teacher, we know, and I know, that everybody on this call learns in different ways. Some people learn through watching. Some people learn through listening. Some people learn through reading. Some people learn through doing. This visual, auditory, reading, kinesthetic. So the courses that we develop are developed with this in mind. So you get, and on the new system, they're enabling very, very soon the quizzes, so you won't have to go through the Discord. So we're migrating everything onto the new system. Quizzes, extra reading material, so you can download the PowerPoint presentation and read it. Every strategy that I offer, that I teach, has a step-by-step guide on exactly what you need to do to trade it. There's materials on, what is a candlestick? How can you read? You can read about it. There's materials on how to identify trends, lots of different things, and lots more will be coming as well. Of course, community is so very, very important. Okay. I believe actually community is one of the most important things, because especially in Forex, if we talk about Forex is quite a lonely industry. Okay, anybody here who is a Forex trader or trying to be knows it's very lonely. And literally, you sit there on a computer looking at a chart, and you're just arguing with yourself about whether to do this, not to do this, etc. So community is really important because it makes you realize that everybody else is going through the same thing as you, and you're not. Too many people say to me, "I've got a stupid question." This means that deep down you think that nobody else has this same issue or this same question, and that's so far from the truth. Everybody asks the same questions, and everybody starts off with, "I've got a stupid question or a silly question." So community is really important. And once the technology is there, we will integrate metaverse. I don't know if anybody has seen the new Apple Can't remember the official name of it, but it's like an Apple virtual reality headset with your computer in there. There's other ones out there. There's loads of them. The Apple one is going to be it's quite pricey. Obviously, it's Apple, but it's got a lot of features in it. But there's lots of other ones as well. Now, imagine you're on this call right now, but imagine if you looked to your left, you looked to your right, and you saw, the fellow attendees on that call. You can look to the front. There's your speakers on the stage. You're really immersed in the experience, and that will really help you to really engage and enjoy your learning experience. So systems are important. Of course, the courses that we release will all be of the highest caliber, and they're all designed in a holistic manner. This means that it's done step by step, okay? And it's done to ensure that we don't just do a video. Yeah, it's designed to make sure that we teach to everybody's strengths. And finally, a holistic approach means that we don't bore you by not planning the lessons, the curriculum properly, so that you hear us go over the same thing in multiple different lessons. Okay, so instead of a holistic approach is where if I can talk to you about something in a lesson, I will talk to you about that thing instead of dragging it over 5-6 different lessons and mentioning the same thing over and over and over again, which gets very boring. And learning is obviously scaffolded, which is step by step, and as I've mentioned, designed to ensure that we take everybody's different learning styles into account. We will have gamification coming in the near future as well, and this is really exciting. This is where you can essentially play a game with your learning, and what that means is you can watch a video. During the video, it will come up with like a question. You answer that question. If you get it right, you go through to the next part of the video. If you get it wrong, you go through to another part of the video, which explains that topic in a slightly different way, because it might not be necessarily you that's not understanding it because of anything to do with you. It may just be that the way that person said it, you just didn't get it. And that's the whole point of being a good teacher, a good educator, or creating good courses, is that you explain the same thing in different ways so that everybody can understand. And finally, and this is really important, accountability and continuous development. No matter who you are, how big you are, how much of there's people that are going to be on these courses that are famous within their fields. They're millionaires. However, they will be held accountable, not in a bad way, but to ensure that the course that they're delivering has everything that is needed for you to learn that subject in the right way. And this is where our quality assurance and continuous development comes into it. Let me just see. I think French translation should be on, everybody. Let me just make sure. I think it is. If you can't see it, then just rejoin the call. Yep, French translation is fine. Okay. Right. Let's go to the next bit, our roadmap, and then we will go and jump into the charts, okay? So, of course, 2022 is gone. That was our pre-launch. That's essentially where we launched the previous vMastery platform, our Forex course, and our community on the Discord. This year, we've rebranded vMastery. We've launched the new portal, and that is currently going through a big feature expansion, okay? Like I said, by the end of this month, by the end of June, you're going to see a completely different animal when you log on to vMastery. We've got our course expansion, which will happen by the end of the year, and obviously our language expansion. In 2024, we hit the accelerator phase, which is where we'll be introducing the gamification. Takes a lot of work to create that, so hence why it's in 2024. Metaverse integration for our meetings, if the metaverse technology is at the level needed to really do it justice. And we will have our first vMastery convention, whether that will be separate or whether it will be part of a VCon convention is not decided yet, but we will have our first vMastery convention. And something amazing, our vMastery Foundation, which is essentially where, many people have multiple packages. Many people might have a V5000 package, and then they go and buy a V1000, a V500, whatever it is. Or they might have a V10,000 and then buy some more. Melissa, you're pointing to yourself. I've got it as well, don't worry. The beautiful thing with the foundation is that you can gift your education that you're not using, because of course you're only going, if you've got V10,000, you've got access to everything. But let's say you've got multiple other packages, you can gift that education. So you're not gifting the V-wards, you're not gifting anything. Nobody sees anything to do with you or your account, but they will get access to that education. Okay, and that will be done via the vMastery Foundation for people who are from a background that aren't able to afford it. So it's a great thing, and you'll be giving to people and hopefully giving them a skill that can really change their life. And in 2025, we hit hyper momentum. And this is where we start to go for professional accreditation. Okay. And there's a few ways we're going to be doing this. One of it will be something called CPD, which is continuous professional development accreditation, which is accreditation that shows that you are trying to develop professionally. It's not a fully blown qualification. The other way we're also going to be doing it is with a fully blown qualification. Now, if you go down that route, let's say you want to do business development and get a qualification at the end of it. When you go down that route, of course, you will have slightly different assessments because we can't just give you a certificate to say, at whatever level it might be at, to say, yep, you've passed just because you watched the videos. When you do to get professionally accredited, there's an assessment, and it's not like a small multiple choice, a questionnaire at the end of a video. But that will be on you, up to you to decide which path you want to take. But it's amazing because, if you really did want to get a professional accreditation for business development or for leadership, for Forex, for blockchain, for wealth management, then you can go for it. And, it could help you in the future for whatever job prospects, opportunities you want to go for, etc. And by this time, we will be the world's best professional development platform, no doubt.
Thank you, Nicholas Leonardo, for sharing with us your vMastery course that you're developing, talking a little bit more about the additional instructors that are joining on, the holistic view of how you're creating the adult learning course, certification, and many other great things to come for Validus from this day moving forward on the timeline. I am thoroughly excited and looking forward to learning a lot more about institutional trading and eventually getting my demo account to trade with. Now hit that like button. Comment down below where you're tuning in from. I enjoy my viewers tuning in from around the world, letting me know when they tune in and where they gain value. Also hit subscribe. If you have any questions and you're not yet a member, I've included down below my Telegram guest group. Hop into the descriptor down below. I've included a link to my Telegram guest group. Join in there, reach out, direct DM me, Melissa MC, and just say, hey, MC, Melissa, I have some questions for you. And I'll invite you to the community Zoom call where we'll get all of your questions answered. Also, if you have more interest past the 2 to 3% weekly, you're a team developer looking into the 5 additional income streams or additional information about institutional trading, do let me know and we will go from there. So everyone, have a fantastic week and we will see you on the next video vlogs.